Hello there, and how are you? All right, this is a big one. So, one of the most asked questions I have in my email box is I have a PDF. Can you edit it for me? There's something I need changed. And there's a bunch of different ways to do it, and sometimes I do it for people, but oh, folks, have I got an answer for you now. This is just, it's mind blowing and it's free. It's Canva again, folks. I know, but what can I tell you? They just keep doing things right. So let's get this party started. I am dying to show you this one. Okay, so those of you who have been around here for a while know of my love of Canva for many, many reasons, right? And this is a perfect example of why I love them, because they keep giving us new stuff, which is awesome. And this one that I'm going to tell you about, this, you can now edit. You've always been able to create PDFs in Canva. Now you can bring in a PDF and edit it. And it's at the free version, right? You don't have to have Pro, although Pro is wonderful, and I do believe in supporting our devs. But the fact of the matter is here, if you have PDFs that you need to edit, a little tweak here, a little tweak there, let's face it, you're not going to want to do major edits in any PDF editing tool. But if you're looking for a really easy way to get in there and edit your PDFs, this is it. I've put it through the ringer in the past couple of days, and let me tell you, I am really impressed with what it can do and how well it's doing it. Let me just give you a little information here from their page, which is, by the way, in the descriptions, whatever platform you're on. They're considering this right now an early version, aka a beta release, of the PDF to design conversion feature, okay? They're going to be improving it over time. It's already really good, depending on how we use it and our feedback. So this is your opportunity, right? If you are always looking for something a little extra, this is the time to do it, because you can go, you can try it, and they're taking feedback. They always seem to take feedback anyway. So here are the realities of the situation. You can import PDFs with up to 15 pages right now. That may change in the future, but right now it's 15 pages. If the page has both text and images, it breaks them into different pieces so that you can edit them, which is frankly what any PDF editor is going to do. And if your PDF is a scan of documents or designs, right, if it wasn't just a export or a print of a PDF from the creation tool of whatever the document is, if it was somebody like put it on a scanner and scanned it, or took a picture of it with their phone, whatever, those can only be processed as a flat image or merged image. And the text elements in that situation can't be broken out for editing. Again, this is not a limitation of Canva. This is a reality of editing PDF files. I'd like to get through a show without choking to death. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to do this because it's so freaking awesome. My mind is blown. Okay, so I actually had a different show scheduled for tonight, but we'll do that next week. I was just too excited. Alrighty, let me get us switched over. Let's try this view. And let's take that away, and let's take that away. Nope, not that one, that one. There we go. Okay. So this is what I was reading you. This is the information that they've got out on their website about it. It's very simple, right? And I usually, for a beta release of things, you expect like pages and pages. This is very short. This is it. A couple paragraphs. So if you have any questions, you can go check that out. Like I said, it is in the descriptions wherever you are, except obviously Twitter, because there's no description there. Okay, so whether you are free or whether you are Canva Pro, you're going to come in, and really the difference between Pro and free is just some functionality, but in this case it doesn't matter. You can do it in each. So there's two ways that you can bring your PDF in. One is you can drag and drop it on your home page here. The other is you can come up here to create a design. Here, let me play with all the toys tonight. Let's do this, and let's do this. Okay, so you can come up here to create a design. And oh, right, that's not going to work because I brought this in as a browser. Okay, that's okay. I was playing with Epic Pen, but we'll let that go for tonight. So if you come up here to in the upper right corner, create a design, and you click on it, you can ignore the drop list part of it. You're just going to come down here to where it says import PDF on the bottom right, and it's got the little beta tag on it. That's how you would do it, is you would just click on this, and then it would let you bring in whatever. But I'm a fan of drag and drop, so that's how I'm going to do it. So here I've got my sample files, and I'm just going to drag one in. Let's see, which one should we start with? let's start with this one. So this is all you do is you just bring it in and you drop it on there, and you give it a second to process. I guess I grabbed two. I only meant to grab one, but that's okay. We can do extra examples. Okay, so they're already in there. Let's start with this one. So that was it. I just dragged it in, right? And it's going to take a second here, and then it's going to load. Now, there will be occasionally some little wonky things. Again, that is not, this is, they're really looking for feedback. Let me push this up. Will it show up? No. So down here, let me move this whole window up. They've actually got a questionnaire. They really want feedback. They're making it really easy for us to give feedback, so don't be shy. Go ahead and do that. Probably shouldn't have moved this because now I have to reposition everything. But that's okay. It was worth it. Okay. So let's see. How far can I go? Right about there. Okay. So you can see here, like, this is a little overlap here, but again, any editor that you bring it into you're going to have stuff like this happen because they're never going to have an exact matching for your fonts and all that kind of stuff. So, but it still kept them separate. So like here, watch, I can move this, right? And I can move this. So it's really not a big deal. That this box is text, right? So you can come in here and you can add text. You can remove text. And this is the level of editing that you're going to want to do in a PDF. At some point you need the original file and you need to do it that way. So like, for example, let's say I wanted to go, let's see, maybe we'll do it this way. You kind of play with it and see. I think what I would do here is I would do this and move this here. And it's like I'm just messing around, right? I'm just mucking around. I'm repositioning things. I can edit stuff. Let's say maybe I want to move this down here a little bit. And we're good to go. Now understand, this is a PDF file, right? And I'm just making changes. I could, change the size of this image. I could remove it, right? And maybe use something else. Let's see. So let's see what I have in the uploads. Maybe I want to add this for whatever reason, right? You can go pretty much wild here. You can do whatever you want. And then when you want to get to another page, you just scroll down. And here you've got, this here. I can zoom this in a little bit for you. Oh, okay. It's not gonna like that, is it? Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I won't do that. So this is, bullet list. They've got the title here. Let's just say, maybe I want to say social promotion, right? And then maybe I'm going to do this. Maybe I want to change the color of the font, right? Maybe I've decided that instead of that color, I want it to be teal because I'm all about the teal. There you go. Now it's teal. Maybe I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I want this font to be bigger. Now again, this is a PDF thing, not a Canva thing. You see how this kind of got broken here? That's because of the fact that it is a PDF file, not a native Canva file. So you could come in and change it. The spacing is going to get weird. Like these are all just normal things that happen. And it's just a matter of like going in and tweaking stuff a little bit. And you have to decide for yourself how much editing you're comfortable doing in a tool like this. It's a good idea to just take something you've got and muck around with it to help you figure out what that is. But if like, I don't want to mess with it, then I can just put it back to the size it was, which was what, like 14 or something? And it will mostly come back. The little line breaks and all that are easily fixed. I'm just simply hitting the backspace key. So not a big deal. And that's what this document was. It was just different sections with bullet lists in it. So I could go in, I can change things. Like, this is a little wonky here, but again, you just go in and you can edit it, you can adjust it. It's not a problem because you have complete and utter access to everything in here. Which, here we go. That's the better zoom. Right, so, this is a little bit, I would probably adjust this a little bit, but, I'm kind of retentive because I used to do graphic design and desktop publishing. For normal people, it's probably fine, but you can come in here and, what are your favorite hobbies, right? Whatever you want to do within reason, you can do inside of here, and you can do it for up to 15 pages, right? And then when you save it, you can come back to it. If you've got the pro version, you can share it with your team or whatever. And when you've got it the way you want it, you come up here to this, to the download option, and just download it as a PDF again. So it's still going to be a PDF. You can still go ahead and share it the way that you were sharing it, and you've been able to make all the changes. Now that was an 11-page PDF that I just was able to load and work with. So let's go look at a slightly more complex one. And I'll explain why this is more complex, because it may not look it at first glance, but okay. So the fact that this has got this border around it actually makes it way more complicated. And a lot of PDF editors that I've tested things in tends to, sorry, but throw up when I try to test on something like this that has a border around it, because it's more complex. Same thing down here, right, where I've got different blocks of text, you know, laid out. It's not just a straight line, right? I've got different pieces here, and yet it's, you see, each one of these things that I highlight, right, as I hover over it, is a different block that I can edit, including the top. And it looks like, oh wow, I didn't even think to try this before. So it will actually let me change the color of the border I put on here. Will it let me change the line size? Let's find out. No, it doesn't look like it, but I can change the color. So if for whatever reason I decided I wanted this one to be red, boom, we have red. I'm really impressed by that, I have to tell you. I am really impressed. I can't tell you the number of PDF editors I have used over the many decades, and I've never had one that was able to do that easily. Man, that's kind of magic. Let's see. So yeah, you know, you could change the bullets out. Matter of fact, you could probably do better bullets than whatever tool I was using when I did this one. But you see how, like, all of this stuff, and so let's say for whatever reason I decided that I didn't like this here, and I want it down here. And maybe I'm looking at this and I'm like, you know what? Nah, I don't really like this where this is. I want to move this over here. Oh, let's see. Oh, these, oh my goodness, these are also accessible and independent, so I can get really precise with how I position those. So let's see, if I go in here, I'm just curious, like, how far can I go? Can I actually turn this? You can turn this into Canva bullets, which would mean that I could lose these extra elements, which frankly I don't like. I can't remember what tool I did this in. It was probably something free I was trying. Whoops. So yeah, I mean, literally, I was able to come in, I was able to select it, I said, make it a Canva bullet, and it said, sure thing. Numbers, well, however you want to do it. So, all right, so the other thing I wanted to see was, would it let me do line spacing? And yes, it does. So I can adjust the line spacing. Now, let's really push it. Okay, so the line spacing it was doing there was between each paragraph or each end line, depending on how this was coded. In whatever tool it was. So let me just see. So that's why, like, that first one, that's actually a couple of lines for that one bullet, actually expanded. So let's see. If I go like this, let's really put it to the test, because the higher end ones, and I have no idea if this is going to work, would let me select this and adjust just this one. And it does. Folks, when I tell you I love Canva, I'm not messing around. I love Canva. It is amazing what you can do with this tool. I just cannot for a moment tell you, like, oh, man, it's just awesome. And it's, like I said, this is free. So let's just see if there's anything else that's kind of funky in this one. Probably not. Okay. I've got another one I want to try. You want to go for the ride with me on this one? This may fail miserably. I have no idea. I didn't try it. But this is a more complex thing that I did for a project. Let's see what happens. We'll upload it. And we'll see what happens. Hey, Sammy. Hi, John. While this is loading, I can say hi in chat. So if you go to the description for wherever you are, YouTube or Facebook, there's a link in there to Canva. It's an affiliate link. If you end up buying Canva Pro within like 30 days of clicking the link, they throw me a couple of pennies. Whatever. I mean, that's a nice bonus. If you do it, I appreciate it. It does, you know, every little bit helps, but I don't care. You can go there and also get the free version. When you actually go there and set up your account, you get, I think it's 30 days free, where you can use the pro version too. But let me be very clear, let me remind you again, this PDF editing functionality, at least right now, is part of the free version of Canva. For those of us who live and die by PDF files, that's pretty amazing. All right, let's see. This, I'm okay. Oh my goodness, it's working. I cannot believe this. This is a really complex thing that I think I did in a graphics tool. So this is, I mean, this is just as an aside, but these are user personas I did for a client. User personas are just like a generic description of the different types of, customers. You kind of like take customers and you kind of merge them into one, take different elements of them. So oh my goodness, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so I can take this image and I could switch it out if they wanted a different person here. It looks like the text is editable. It is. How about these boxes? I can change the colors of the boxes. Oh my goodness. This is phenomenal. Wow. I mean, I'm going to love this just for the fact that it's going to be a time saver, because this is actually, so I'm using one now called Nitro, which is a pretty good tool, but this is so much faster. Like every time I do something in Nitro, there's a lag. Now, understand, I'm doing this in the browser version of Canva. There is a desktop app that you can load too, but this is just, it's magic. It's happening so quickly. So let's see, does it see that as it does? It does. Wow. So the text, all of the little images, all of these, like let's say I decided, you know what, these needed a little more space. I'll do that. I think in this you can, I don't even remember, can you do a horizontal spacing? Yes, for the win. If they wanted these reversed, I could move these around. I mean, literally, I have complete control of this PDF file, and I'm telling you, this is by far one of the smoother PDF editing sessions I've ever had, and certainly the smoothest for a free version. Wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's basically it. So again, just to refresh, if you go to your homepage, whoops, all you have to do is just drag your PDF file onto the screen and it will load. Or you can come up to the Create a Design option, and down here in the bottom right where you see Import PDF, there's just these three little buttons at the bottom. The one on the right, you can just click on that and it will open up your file finder, and you can go in, pick a PDF, and go in and edit it. I mean, I freaking love this tool. I don't know what else to tell you except that Canva is constantly impressing me. Sorry, I have to move over again. Canva is constantly impressing me with what they make available to us and what they make available to us for free. It's amazing, right? It is cool, right? And it's the kind of thing that if you are, let me tell you how it goes. Okay, so when you're doing these kinds of documents, right? Every single time, I promise you. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Every single time you think it's done, right, and you generate the PDF and you're like, great, I'm going to get it out there. 2 seconds after you post it, that's when you see the error. It's a rule of nature. I don't know why. It's just how things go, but that's how it is. So what you want to do, oh, I see that's turning that off. I have to fix that. There we go. So the fact that you can do this wherever you are, right? Because Canva is a browser app and it's also a desktop app. The fact that you can be anywhere, bring it in and do it this quickly to make that change can be life-saving for some projects that you're on. That's the way it goes. Right, so I guess I've converted John, right? Canva never seems to fail on me. They have so much. And that's the thing, like, it's almost become a game with me. I wonder if Canva can do this game. Before I go, and I've got a ton of applications on different computers scattered about the house. But I turn to Canva now more and more automatically because it does so much. And so far, with the exception of certain types of transparent background situations that I need, other than that, I have yet to have I wonder if Canva can do it moment that Canva couldn't do it. So, and to be honest, like some people are going to be saying, well, 15 pages, that's not enough. For most of us, the PDFs that we're working with tend to be 5 to 10 pages. So it's actually quite versatile from that standpoint because it will cover easily at least 80% of the use cases for people. And I would not be the least bit surprised to see them bump that up a little bit going forward. All right, so let's go back just a little bit. Let's see, which one? Let's go back to this one. So I'm just going to play a little bit. So let's say that, all right, let's do this one. Oop, we got too many of those. So I just showed you real quick that you could, change and bring in other elements. Now, again, I'm logged into my account that has the pro account. If you're free, you'd probably want to stick to the free ones. If I wasn't on the paid account, you can also pay like $1 or $2 if you want to use an element that you don't have for free. But like, let's just say I wanted to jazz it up with like some funky little graphics. So let's say maybe I want to put, this here, right? And I can resize it. So, I mean, I would be able to do things in this much quicker. So I would be more likely to go ahead and do some of this like extra stuff. Like, I mean, this document was pretty dry, right? It was text on white with, an image at the beginning. But now I could come in and I could add stuff to kind of jazz it up a little bit. And, as human beings, we respond well to those kinds of touches. So it is now something that's worth considering. And I think so far everything I've picked has been free. But like you see, like I could even put this towards the back. I mean, I tend not to do this because it reduces visibility for the text. But you could, if you had a situation where you wanted to have the image behind the text, you could do that. This is floating behind the text now. Right? Or if I wanted to rotate it a little bit. So anything that you want to do within reason, right? Yeah, you can do here. Now, also keep in mind, you can absolutely use Canva to create documents, PDF documents from scratch. The reason I'm excited about this because that is usually the easy part, right? You can create PDFs in a lot of different things. You can do it in Google Docs. You can do it, in Word. You can do it in LibreOffice. You can do it in most graphic tools. It's the editing of a PDF that is the harder find. And to find something that, frankly, is this smooth. Oh, my goodness. It's going to let me put a video in here. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm going to have such fun with this. You can add videos to your PDF file. Now, I know that that's technically possible, and I've done it on other projects, but it was always a big, hairy deal. I just dragged and dropped it. Oh, my goodness. And then, you know what? If I change my mind, and I'm like, yeah, nope, client decided they didn't want it, I just deleted it. So it's really just, you could almost like sketch out a rough PDF in whatever tool you're in, and then bring it into Canva and bring it up to the next level. Or you could just start in Canva if you wanted to. But again, my focus here is the fact that we are editing a PDF that I brought in external to Canva, brought it into Canva, and they did their magic in the background. And now I'm able to edit it and add things to it and move things around, right? Again, if I wanted to move this up, I could do that. I mean, if, maybe if I wanted to put this text at an angle, I could do that. Again, from readability, accessibility, you probably don't want to do this kind of thing, but if you wanted to, you totally could. I'm just, wow. Hey, Lyle, how you doing? It's okay, That's why there's replays, right? You could be late and still get caught up. I see some of your devs really not liking you because you're putting a video of this to see how it's done. Well, no, I mean, that's what we do here, right? We explain how things are done. That's the gig here. But this is just mind-boggling to me that they were able. Now, I am going to contact them and go, okay, you just give us this amazing tool. Why can't I do transparencies everywhere the way I need to? But, there's always, we're as an end user, we're never happy. And so I've been pulling things from, what they make available. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, that's true. I could put a background on it. I think, how many pages is this document? So if I wanted to put a background behind ideas and suggestions, let's see, well, can I? Yes, I can. I can go this way. And then I can go position, say backwards. Look at that. I've got an inspirational background behind my text. And let's see, we've got effects here. Oh my goodness, we could have way too much fun with this, folks. This is definitely, it's fun and dangerous. oh, okay, so yeah, we can add all the different elements onto it, but we can also, because it is a little hard to read the text, we can adjust the transparency. This, I can't, this is such a game changer. I am just, okay, hang on. I don't even know if these work in PDFs, do they? Wow. Okay, let's generate this and see if these work. Oh, it's okay, because I added animations to it, because I don't think PDFs can handle animated GIFs. Okay, so yeah, well, I took that out, it went back to PDF. Okay, because I was like, I don't think PDFs can do that yet. You can embed videos. I've done that for promotional things, but was pretty sure animated GIFs were not on the table. And again, you know, if you had photos, either photos that you had that you wanted to load, or if you wanted to take something from, you know, their collection, you can totally do that. Again, you know, maybe you're gonna put it backwards. And, you know, I mean, again, you know, how silly do we want to be? We can be pretty silly tonight. Let's not do it that way. Let's do, we can have that like, whoop, no, go back. Control Z works, by the way. Control copy and paste, they work. So you can kind of put it down here and let it melt off the page. Could do that. But also, if you have stuff, you know, that you want to add that you've uploaded yourself, you can add those too. We'll go to another page. Let's see, what else? What else do I have that I could add here? Okay, here's a picture of a flower. It's not going to fit on that page. Well, let's see, is there a different page? It might fit over here pretty well. Got some space to work with. Let's see, I'm going to flip the picture. And I'm going to do that. And maybe I'll crop that edge a little bit. Make it a little smaller. Come on. There we go. And there we go. I've added my image to the page. So again, I can change the font, you know, if I don't like the way, because what it did was it tried to map the font I had used, and I don't remember what I used, but it tried to map the font that I had used to something in its library. If I don't like what it chose, I can come in and I can change it. And you can change the size, and you can change the color. You have control. You have control over what you want to do here. You can, like I said, you can edit the text. You can rearrange things. This is a pretty darn powerful PDF editor, and you cannot beat the price because free is about as good as it gets in this life, right? So that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. That's what I was all excited about. I knew that this was coming. I didn't realize it was actually available for us to play with yet. They are calling it a beta, so just, again, you know, something wonky may happen. And here, I'll just bring this up again as a reminder. So if you want more information about it, the links are in the description. But basically, folks, if you have been looking for something that would make it easy for you to go ahead and edit your PDF files without paying money, without stressing out over it, and having, frankly, an amazing level of control, Canva's now your tool. Like, this is the one I'm going to recommend to everybody because it can't get any easier than drag the file in, click on the thing you want to change, and make the change. That's as easy as these kind of things are going to get. And at the end, when you're done, you save it out as a PDF again, and you're ready to rock and roll and use it for whatever the original purpose was. So there you go. I hope that you're as excited about this as I am. I realize I'm a bit of a geek, so maybe you're not as excited as I am, but if you need it, this is going to be a big help to you. And free or paid, it's there for you. All right? I don't see any questions. There's really not a lot of questions about it, right? It's pretty darn simple. So just for the folks who came in late, to do this, you're going to just come in. Let's see, what else have I got here? I've got another one. You can just drag the file. Whoops, it would help if I had the screen up. One sec. You can just drag a file in and do the drag and drop thing, or you can come up to create a design, come down to the bottom here, skip all the stuff in this scroll drop list, and just come over to the right side where it says beta and import on this bottom right here. It's just underneath this last one here. And you're good to go. That's it. That's all you have to do. So enjoy, go, edit your PDFs to your heart's content, have a good time with it, and let me know how it goes for you. Just do keep in mind, at this point, it is beta. I really pushed it. I couldn't blow it up, and I'm pretty good at blowing up software. You can ask the people in my day gig. So yeah, can feel pretty secure that it's going to be safe to use. And you know what? Even if something goes wrong, the worst case scenario, you're doing something and something goes wrong, you delete it from Canva, you bring in your original PDF again, and you start over. It's no harm, no foul. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for swinging by. I'm here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time with a different topic. You are always welcome to come and join and ask questions or hang out and chat. We have a good time in chat here. Or if you have a question that's not tied to this topic, that's always okay too. Bring the questions on. That's what I'm here for. If you have a question, a comment, a topic you want me to cover, go ahead to yourtechcoach.net. There's a contact form there. Let me know when you need, and we will get you taken care of. Thanks, everybody. I hope you're having a good one, and we will see you soon. Bye.